what is the usual advice you give for people at those early stages?
Yeah, I'm going to give everyone some advice if you're going off as a freelancer who's going to have multiple clients. And it's related to how you're going to make money. So let's say that as an example, prior to you going out on your own, you used to make $150,000 a year. Okay, let's call it $100,000 a year. So you made $100,000 a year doing whatever job you were in. That effectively is $50 an hour, right? $50 an hour times 52 weeks a year times 40 hours a week. That multiplies out to 100,000. Okay, so let's say you make $200,000 a year. That's $100 an hour. So whatever, you need to know what your hourly rate was in your job. When you're starting out as a freelancer or a financial coach to lots of other companies, you're only going to get paid about 33% of the time. A third of the time, you're going to be doing sales and marketing to find clients, right? You're going to be out there doing outreach, doing whatever you can to find more clients, and no one's paying you that 33% of the time. Another 33% of the time, you're going to be running your business, doing some marketing, doing some sales, doing some admin, doing some paperwork, dealing with emails, dealing with your accounting, talking to your bookkeeper, managing time, organizing schedules, all the shit that you have to do no one pays you for that 33% of your time. So if you're only going to get paid 33% of the time, you need to charge 3 times what your effective hourly rate used to be. So if you used to get paid $50 an hour to make $100,000 a year, your billable rate now needs to be at least $150 an hour so that you get paid 13 hours a week times the 50 weeks a year to end up at the 100. Most people don't price themselves high enough, so that's why they don't actually make the money. So it's different from how you're going to position or find people. Start off by making sure you're charging correctly. And then I would even say to increase that billable rate even more so that you have the money coming in to spend on marketing, to spend on branding, to spend on positioning. Because if you don't, you're never really going to be able to deliver. When I walked into 1-800-GOT-JUNK, in the first 7 or 8 days that I was there, I raised our prices across the board in all 12 cities we were operating in by 40%. Everyone thought I was crazy, but I'm like, no one's making money. The company isn't making money. Brian's not taking home any money. Our franchisees aren't making money. We're not paying the guys out in the trucks enough to make money. No one's making money. So we're going to charge 40% more so that everybody has more money and we can pay more, we can deliver more, we can have better branding. 6.5 years later, when we were operating in 330 cities, we were probably charging 40% more than I'd even raised our prices by, right? We were up about 80% more 6 years later. Charge more and deliver a premium service for a better price with more margins and deliver on your promises to your customers.
That is beautiful. I highly suggest that advice. Now, I'd be curious to know, in your experience when you have done that, because I feel like our fear starts kicking in and there's kind of a, oh my God, what are people going to think? Have you actually had a lot of pushback, and what did you do when it did come in?
Well, I think that's where the entrepreneurs need to have that DNA of a little bit of the narcissism and a little bit of the tenacity, right? You're always going to get pushback, but you have to trust your gut. You have to trust the market. You have to go out and look at what other people are charging in your space and then position yourself accordingly. So if you're going to be a financial coach, find out what all the other financial coaches are charging. Take a look at the different tiers of like small, medium, large financial coaches, or, you know, the mid-level or the bronze, silver, and gold, however you want to determine them. But figure out what they charge. You know, my coaching, as an example, I charge $96,000 a year to coach someone, and they get a 90-minute call with me every month. And I have a group call with my other clients that they can join every month. And that's what they get. So I'm priced at about $5,500 an hour. But my effective hourly rate is even more than that. When I do a paid Zoom event, I'm $10,000 to $15,000. I do an in-person event, it's $40,000 plus travel. So I have to be able to price myself accordingly. So that's what I would be focusing on for everybody, is figuring out your pricing and figuring out your market to know where to price yourself. There's coaches out there that are more expensive than I am. Marshall Goldsmith is $250,000 a year, and he does 1 or 2 calls with you a month. That's 2.5 times what I charge. But he also has coached, you know, Steve Jobs and Jack Welch, and, you know, coaches at a different